So, Mr. Beast, I heard you have some new merch out. What's it all about?
Yeah, man, it's all about spreading positivity and making a difference in the world.
That's great and all, but can we talk about the real issue here? Your merch doesn't have my bald head on it.
Sorry, Joe. I didn't know you were looking to start a hairless trend.
Hey, now, my bald head is a symbol of wisdom and masculinity. It deserves to be on a t shirt.
Well, I'll consider it for the next batch. But let's focus on the positive message, shall we?
Positive message. How about a positive message about embracing your beautiful bald head?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh, great. It's Neil. Just in time to hear me roast Joe's bald head.
Actually, I was thinking your merch should have Joe's bald head as a target for people to throw darts at.
What the hell, Neil? That's not even funny.
Oh, come on, it's just a joke. People love roasting you, Joe.
Okay, let's all calm down. How about we compromise and have Joe's bald head as a limited edition piece?
Now we're talking. My head deserves to be on a pedestal, not a dartboard.
And I'll make sure to buy every single one and give them out as Christmas gifts.
You know what, Neil? I hope you choke on a piece of my bald head merch.
All right, let's wrap this up before it gets.
So, Neil, what's new in the world of science?
Well, Joe, I've been studying the intelligence of ants, and I have to say, even they don't have a bald-ass head like you.
Hey, now, my bald head is a sign of wisdom and virility.
More like a sign of early onset male pattern baldness and lack of testosterone.
Okay, let's not get too personal here.
Oh, I'm just getting started. Did you know that even amoebas have more hair than you?
Very funny, Neil. I'll have you know that bald is the new sexy.
Yeah, if you're into the whole Mr. Clean look.
Hey, at least I don't have to worry about hair clogging my shower drain.
Yeah, but you do have to worry about the sun reflecting off your shiny head and blinding innocent bystanders.
Okay, I get it. My head is a source of endless entertainment for you.
It's just so smooth and shiny, like a bowling ball.
Well, at least my head doesn't have a gravitational pull like yours.
Touche, Joe. Touche.
Maybe I should start wearing a helmet to protect myself from your head's gravitational force.
And maybe I should start wearing sunglasses to protect myself from your bald head's glare.
All right. Let's move on to a less sensitive topic, like how you're. So, Neil, I heard you're a genius when it comes to solving equations. Can you help me out with this one?
Sure, Joe. What's the equation?
It's the quadratic formula. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2.
How about instead of solving that equation, you solve the equation of how to suck my dick, Joe?
Oh, come on, Neil. Let's stay on topic here.
Fine, fine. But I gotta say, your bald head looks like a bowling ball that's been used a few too many times.
Hey, at least I have hair on my face. You look like a naked mole rat.
And at least I have a brain that's not damaged from years of getting punched in the face.
Touche, Neil. But seriously, can you solve the equation or not?
Of course I can. But let's make it more interesting. How about we solve it while doing a round of shots?
Now we're talking shots and equations, my two favorite things.
Just like your two favorite things are sucking on elk meat and talking about DMT.
You know, me too well, Neil. Let's do this.
Cheers to solving equations and roasting your bald head ass, Joe.
Cheers, my friend. This is why I love having you on the podcast. So, Neil, I heard you were pretty upset about something.
Yeah, Joe. I'm furious.
What's got your astrophysics in a twist?
It's these damn nails of mine. They're starting to look like your bald head ass.
Well, I guess imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Flattery. More like a curse. I can't even scratch my own butt without feeling like I'm touching your scalp.
Oh man, you really are losing it, Neil.
Losing it? I'll show you losing it. I'll start a new theory that the universe is just one giant bald head.
Oh man, I can't wait to hear you try to explain that one.
Just wait until I publish my paper on the bald head theory of everything.
You know, maybe you should just embrace the baldness, Neil. It's a good look for you.
Oh yes, because being compared to your shiny dome is every scientist's dream.
Hey, at least we can start a new trend. Bald is the new black.
I guess I have no choice. I'll just have to shave my head and join the Bald Brotherhood.
Welcome to the club, Neil. We have cookies and conspiracy theories. So, Elon, I've been thinking about my baldness lately. How do you think I can fix it?
Well, Joe, you could always try getting hair plugs. Or maybe you could just embrace the baldness and rock a shiny head like mine.
I don't know, man. I've tried everything. Rogaine, hair growth supplements, even rubbing onion juice on my scalp.
Onion juice. That's just absurd. Maybe you should try rubbing some rocket fuel on your head. That might do the trick.
Very funny, Elon. But seriously, it's been a struggle for me. I'm getting self-conscious about it.
Well, you know what they say, baldness is just a sign of intelligence. And between you and me, I don't think that's the case for you.
Oh, shut up, Elon. You're just jealous of my luscious locks.
Luscious. More like patchy and thinning. But don't worry, I have a solution for you.
Oh, really? What is it?
A toupee made out of recycled Tesla car parts. It's eco-friendly and will give you a full head of hair.
That's actually not a bad idea. But I don't think I want to be walking around with a car on my head.
Suit yourself, Joe. But just remember, bald is beautiful. And you know what else is beautiful? Our listeners sending in pictures of your bald-ass head.
Oh, God. Here we go again. Jamie, pull up an image of a shaved turtle with a receding hairline. So, Neil, I heard you have some interesting theories about Pluto.
Yes, Joe. I've been studying it extensively, and I have come to a groundbreaking conclusion.
Lay it on me, man.
Well, after years of research and observation, I have determined that Pluto looks exactly like your head.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm serious, Joe. It's uncanny. The shape, the size, even the bald spot on top.
Hey, my head is not that small.
I didn't say it was small, Joe. I said it looks like Pluto.
Oh, great. Now I have a planet for a head. Thanks, Neil.
No need to thank me, Joe. It's just science.
Well, I guess that explains why I always feel so out of this world.
That was terrible, Joe.
I know. But seriously, what do you think this means?
It means that you and Pluto are connected on a cosmic level, Joe. You're both misunderstood and underestimated.
Damn, right? We are.
And who knows, maybe one day they'll reinstate Pluto as a planet, just like they'll finally recognize your greatness.
Yeah, I'll be the king of the planets.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Joe. You're still just a dwarf planet in my book.
All right. Thanks for... So, Neil, I heard you have some ideas for Elon's rocket.
Yes, Joe. I was thinking, why not make it like your bald head, blinding any threats in space with its shine?
That's genius. Elon's rocket will be unstoppable with that feature.
And we could even add some offensive decals on the side, like spaces for the bald and beautiful.
Oh man, that's perfect. But what about the fuel?
We'll use the tears of flat earthers. It's a renewable resource.
Oh, you never fail to offend someone, Neil. But seriously, how will it navigate in space?
Easy. We'll just program it to follow the scent of your famous elk meat.
Now that's some advanced technology right there.
And for defense, we'll equip it with a giant laser that shoots out your controversial opinions.
Oh man, I can already see the headlines. Elon Musk's rocket blinds aliens with Joe Rogan's bald head and offends them with controversial opinions.
It's a foolproof plan, Joe. We'll rule the galaxy with our absurdity.
Cheers to that, Neil. Now let's go smoke some DMT and contemplate the universe. So, Neil, I heard you have a new rap album coming out.
Yeah, it's called Planetary Destruction, and it's fire.
Speaking of planets. Can you name off every planet and dwarf planet in our solar system?
Oh, you know I can, Joe. We've got Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto.
Wait, what about Eris?
Oh yeah, that little troublemaker. Fine, we'll throw Eris in there too.
And what about Ceres?
Oh, you mean that little rock that's trying to be a planet? Sorry, Ceres, you didn't make the cut.
What about all those other dwarf planets they keep discovering?
Fuff, those are just wannabes. Stick to your day job, dwarf planets.
What about Planet X?
Oh, you mean Nibiru? That's just a conspiracy theory, Joe. Don't believe everything you read on the internet.
All right, fine. What about Planet?
Oh, come on, Joe. You're just making things up now.
All right, all right. What about Planet Z?
Oh, you mean the one I discovered last week? Yeah, it's a real doozy. I'll send you the coordinates so you can visit on your next DMT trip.
Thanks, Neil. You always know how to keep things interesting. So, Elon, I heard a rumor that you've been drinking a liter of bull semen every day.
Yeah, man, it's like my secret to immortality. Keeps the doctor away.
Immortality, more like insanity. How did you even come up with this idea?
Well, I was trying to find a way to increase my brain power, and this seemed like the most logical solution.
Logical, drinking bull semen. That's like saying eating a raw chicken will make you fly.
Hey, I never said it was a pleasant experience, but it works.
I can't even imagine the taste. Is it like a protein shake?
More like a protein shake from the devil's teat.
Oh, God. I think I just threw up a little in my mouth.
Don't knock it till you try it, Joe. It's a game changer.
I'll stick to my cum smoothies, thank you very much.
Suit yourself. But when I'm 150 years old and still running Tesla, you'll be wishing you had a sip of that bull semen.
I highly doubt that, my friend. But hey, to each their own.
Just remember, Joe, liter of bull semen a day keeps the doctor away.
And probably everyone else too. Thanks for joining us on the Joe Rogan Experience. So, Neil, what's been on your mind lately?
Honestly, Joe, I'm just really upset about how much time I have to waste telling you to shut your bald head ass up.
Oh, come on. It's all in good fun. Plus, my bald head is a symbol of my wisdom and virility.
Oh yes, because nothing says wisdom like a shiny scalp.
Hey, at least I don't have to worry about bedhead.
You know what? Let's just talk about something else. How about the universe?
Now we're talking. Did you know that there are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on Earth?
Really? That's fascinating.
Yeah, and did you also know that there are more conspiracy theories about me being a reptilian shapeshifter than there are stars in the universe?
Well, that's not surprising. You do have a rather reptilian-like head.
Okay, let's not get too personal here. How about we talk about your work with NASA?
Yes, let's... Did you know that we recently discovered a new exoplanet that could potentially support life?
Oh, great. Now we have even more competition for resources in the universe.
You know what? I'm starting to regret coming on this podcast.
Come on, Neil. You know, you love it. Now let's wrap this up so I can go rub some out. So, Elon, what's up with Neil hating on my bald head?
I don't know, man. Maybe he's just jealous that you have a perfectly smooth head.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to worry about bad hair days like he does.
And besides, he's got that weird alien-looking head. He should be the one getting hate.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean, Elon?
Nothing, Neil. Just stating the obvious.
Neil, why are you always hating on my head?
Because it's a big, shiny target, Joe. And it's just so easy to make fun of.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a solar panel for your brain. Maybe that's why you're so smart, Joe.
Shut your alien-looking ass, Elon. And Joe, shut your bald head ass up.
Hey, at least I don't have to wear a tinfoil hat to block out the government mind control rays.
Oh, come on, Neil. You know, you love my mind control experiments.
This conversation is making my head hurt. Can we talk about something else?
Sure. How about we discuss the benefits of smoking DMT while riding a Tesla through a wormhole?
No, that's a conversation I can get behind. Jamie, pull up an image of a flying Tesla with a giant DMT molecule on the hood.
On it, Elon. But I have a feeling this image will only make Neil's head hurt even more.
So, Neil, I heard you have this theory about another universe.
Yes, Joe. In this universe, everyone is bald.
What the hell, man? Are you saying my bald head is a sign of some alternate reality?
Well, statistically speaking, it's a possibility.
Great. Just what I needed. Another reason for people to make fun of my chrome dome.
Oh, don't worry, Joe. In this universe, you'll fit right in. You'll be like a king among bald men.
Oh, yeah. And what about you, Mr. Science Guy? Are you going to have a luscious head of hair in this universe?
Actually, I'll be the only one with hair, and I'll be worshipped as a god.
Oh, that sounds like a fun place. A bunch of baldies worshiping a hairy dude.
Hey, at least we won't have to worry about bad hair days.
Yeah, but what about sunburns? Our heads will be like beacons for UV rays.
Good point. Maybe we'll have to wear helmets all the time.
Oh man, I can just imagine a bunch of bald guys walking around with helmets on. Talk about a fashion statement.
Hey, at least we won't have to spend money on haircuts.
Yeah, but we'll have to spend it all on sunscreen and helmets.
It's a small price to pay for living in a universe without your bald head, Joe.
Oh, you're just jealous of my shiny head, Neil. So, Elon, have you heard about the Cobb Ramblers winning their championship?
The Cop Ramblers. Sounds like a bunch of drunken Irishmen stumbling around a field.
Hey, now, don't disrespect the Ramblers. They're a tough team.
Tough. More like lucky. I bet they were fueled by Guinness and potatoes.
That's just offensive, Elon. But seriously, I love it when the underdogs come out on top.
Underdogs. More like underachievers. Bet their trophy is just a pint glass with a shamrock on it.
You know what? I'll have, that the Cobb Ramblers have a rich history and a dedicated fan base.
I'm sure their fans are just a bunch of leprechauns in green jerseys.
Okay, that's enough. Let's just appreciate the fact that they won and brought joy to their community.
Fine. I'll raise a glass of whiskey to their victory.
Now that's the spirit, Elon. Cheers to the Cobb Ramblers.
Cheers, Joe. But I still think they should change their name to the Cobb Drunkards.
So, Ben, how much is in time exactly?
Well, Joe, that's a difficult question to answer. Time is a construct created by humans to measure the passing of events.
Yeah, but how much is in it?
I suppose you could say there are 24 hours in a day, 60 minutes in an hour, and 60 seconds in a minute.
But what about those leap years? That throws everything off.
Yes. The infamous leap year, a ploy by the government to control our perception of time.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Of course not, Joe. I'm just messing with you. But seriously, time is a tricky concept to grasp.
Yeah, 1 minute can feel like an eternity, or it can fly by in the blink of an eye.
And don't even get me started on daylight savings time. It's like we're playing God with the clock.
Speaking of God, do you think he experiences time the same way we do?
Well, as an atheist, I don't believe in God, but if he does exist, I imagine he has a pretty good handle on time.
Yeah, I bet he's got a killer watch collection.
I wouldn't be surprised. But let's not forget, time is just a construct. It's all relative.
You're right. Maybe we should just live in the moment and not worry about how much is in time.
Exactly. Let's just enjoy the present and not get caught up in the endless measurement of time.
Wow, that got deep real. So, Neil, what's your take on the universe?
Well, Joe, it's a vast and complex place that we are still trying to understand.
Yeah, but do you think there's aliens out there?
Of course, there are billions of galaxies and planets out there. It's statistically impossible for there not to be.
But what if they come to Earth and try to take over?
Joe, with all due respect, if aliens have the technology to travel through space, I highly doubt they would be interested in our primitive planet.
Yeah, but what if they're like super advanced and have mind control powers.
Joe, you've been watching too much sci-fi. The chances of that are slim to none.
All right, fine. What about parallel universes? You believe in those?
Absolutely. There could be infinite versions of ourselves living in different dimensions.
So, like, in one of those universes, you're not a scientist, but a rapper.
I highly doubt that, Joe.
All right, last question. How about you suck my dick, you bald head ass pussy?
Joe, I think we're done here. Jamie, pull up an image of a black hole, because that's where this conversation is heading.
So, Elon, have you heard about this new trend of OK Boomer that's been going around?
Oh yeah, I've heard about it. It's like the Gen Z version of Get Off My Lawn.
Exactly. These youngins are just so disrespectful these days.
Well, can you blame them? I mean, boomers are the reason we have climate change, income inequality, and crappy music.
Wah, 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 wah. Let's not lump all boomers together. My mom is a boomer and she's a saint.
Sure, Joe, keep living in denial. But seriously, the boomer generation has caused so much damage to our planet and society.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But hey, at least they had good music back in the day.
Good music? Are you kidding me? Have you heard the safety dance by Men Without Hats?
Okay, fair point. But what about all the technological advancements they've seen in their lifetime?
Oh please, they're still amazed by a flip phone. Meanwhile, we're sending rockets to Mars.
All right. I see your point. But let's not forget, we'll be boomers one day too.
Speak for yourself, Joe. I plan on living forever with my artificial intelligence brain chip.
Well, I guess we'll just have to disagree on this one. But seriously, okay, boomer is just too damn funny.
Agreed. And on that note, let's wrap this up before we offend any more boomers.
So, Neil, I heard you're quite the astrophysicist.
Yeah, I know a thing or two about the universe.
Well, I know a thing or two about getting high and talking about gorillas.
Oh, I see. You must be an expert on that.
Hey, at least I have hair on my head. Unlike some people I know.
Oh, are we talking about your bald head or your lack of intelligence?
Hey man, my head may be bald, but at least my balls have more hair than yours.
Oh, please, my balls have more hair than your entire body.
All right. Let's not get into a pube measuring contest here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were sensitive about your lack of hair.
Oh, I'm not sensitive. I just don't want to blind you with the reflection off my shiny head.
Well, at least I have a functioning brain to make up for my lack of hair.
And I have a functioning podcast, which is more than I can say for your TV show.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were still stuck in the early 2000s with your podcast.
Hey, at least I don't have to rely on CG to make my show interesting.
Oh, burn. I guess you're not just a comedian. You're also a roast master.
Hey, someone's got to keep you humble, Neil.
And someone's got to keep you entertained, Joe. Even if it is just with my bald head and hairy balls.
So, Elon, I've been hearing a lot of this new word lately, Riz. What the hell's that?
Oh, Joe, you old fart. Riz is just the cool way for Gen Z to say real.
Real. What's wrong with just saying real? Why do they have to make up some dumb word for it?
Well, Joe, you know how kids these days are always trying to be edgy and different. It's just their way of rebelling against the norm.
Rebellion. More like stupidity. I mean, what's next? Are they going to start saying fizz instead of fake?
You never know, Joe. But honestly, I think it's just a phase. They'll move on to another word soon enough.
Yeah, but it's not just the word itself. It's the way they use it. Like, that party was so Riz, bro. What does that even mean?
I don't know, Joe. Maybe it means the party was really real, or maybe it was really fake. Who knows?
Oh, that clears things up. Thanks, Elon.
Anytime, Joe. But hey, at least they're not saying it yet anymore. That was a weird one,
Kids these days, man. They just keep getting weirder and weirder.
says the guy who used to do Fear Factor.
Touche, Elon. Touche. But seriously. So, Neil, have you been playing any video games lately?
Well, Joe, I have been dabbling in some Valorant. Have you heard of it?
Of course I have. It's the hottest new FPS game out there. So, who's your favorite agent?
Oh, that's an easy one. It's got to be Riz.
Riz, the guy with the robot arm?
Well, first of all, that robot arm is badass. And secondly, have you seen his ultimate ability? He turns into a giant chicken?
What? That's ridiculous.
Exactly. It's the perfect combination of science and absurdity.
I gotta admit, that does sound pretty cool, but my favorite has to be Sage.
Sage? The healer? Come on, Joe. That's so basic.
Hey, don't hate on the healer. She's got some serious skills. Plus, she's got that whole immortal thing going on.
Yeah, but can she turn into a giant chicken? I don't think so.
Okay, you got me there. But let's not forget about Phoenix. That guy can literally rise from the ashes.
Yeah, but can he turn into a giant chicken?
Okay, I get it. Riz is the ultimate Valorant agent.
Glad we're on the same page, Joe. Now, let's go dominate some matches and turn our enemies into fried chicken.
Now, that's a strategy I can get behind. So, Neil, what's been on your mind lately?
Well, Joe, I've been listening to a lot of Kendrick Lamar lately.
Oh, yeah. What do you love about him?
Well, first of all, his flow is just so smooth. It's like he's gliding on a cosmic wave of rhythm.
Yeah, I can see that. But what about his lyrics? They can get pretty dark and controversial.
Oh, I love it. It's like he's tapping into the collective consciousness of society and exposing all of our deepest, darkest thoughts.
Damn, that's deep. But what about his use of the N-word? Some people find it offensive.
Oh, please. It's just a word, and he's using it to reclaim its power and turn it into something positive.
I see your point. But what about his references to drugs and violence?
It's all part of his artistic expression, Joe. Plus, it's not like he's promoting it. He's just reflecting the reality of the world we live in.
I guess you're right. So what's your favorite Kendrick song?
Definitely DNA. That bee is just out of this world.
Of course, a scientist would love a song about genetics.
Hey, we can appreciate the science behind music too, Joe.
All right, Neil, you've convinced me. I'm gonna go listen to some Kendrick now.
My work here is done.
So, Ben, I heard you're a big fan of hentai. What are your top 5 favorites?
Well, Joe, I don't know if I should share that on air. It's a bit unconventional.
Oh, come on. We're all friends here. Plus, I'm curious to know what kind of weird shit you're into.
Fine, but don't judge me. My top 5 are tentacle temptations, schoolgirl seduction, nurse nymphos, demon domination, and futanary fantasies.
Wow, those are some interesting titles. I can see why you're so good at debating. You have a wild imagination.
Hold up. Hold up. Did I just hear Ben list off his top 5 favorite hentai? I'm sorry, but those are rookie numbers. I've got a whole list of depraved hentai that would make your head spin.
Oh, great. Another hentai expert. Just what we needed.
Hey, at least my hair isn't as bald as Joe's head over here.
Hey, I shaved my head by choice. It's a power move.
Yeah, he's like a sexy Mr. Clean.
Okay, let's get back to the hentai talk before this turns into a roast session.
Too late. I'm already roasting Joe's bald head ass.
Can we please just end this episode now? I don't need this. So, Neil, have you been keeping up with the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef?
Oh, Joe, I don't have time for that petty drama. I'm too busy exploring the mysteries of the universe.
But come on, you got to have an opinion on it. Who do you think is winning?
Honestly, I don't care. They can keep fighting over who has the better flow, but at the end of the day, they both don't have your bald head ass.
Hey now, my bald head is a symbol of wisdom and masculinity.
Sure, if you say so. But let's be real. Their beef is just a distraction from the real issues in our society.
Like what?
Like climate change, income inequality, and the fact that we still don't have flying cars.
All right, you win. But seriously, who do you think would win in a rap battle between them?
Oh, I'm sure they're both quaking in their boots at the thought of facing off against each other.
Fair enough. But Seriously, we need to get you on a track with them. Neil deGrasse Tyson featuring Kendrick Lamar and Drake.
Oh, joy, I can't wait to hear their auto-tune voices rapping about the cosmos.
All right, let's change the subject before you hurt my feelings.
Oh, Joe, I would never do that. But seriously, let's focus on more important matters. Like when our...
So, Neil, I gotta ask, what's going on with that hairline of yours? It's like a slow descent into baldness.
Oh, please, Joe. At least I have hair to descend from, unlike your receding hairline that looks like it's running away from your face.
Hey, my hairline may be retreating, but at least I still have some left, unlike your shiny, smooth cue ball of a head.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you over the glare coming off your bald head.
Oh, real mature, Neil. I bet you have a whole collection of hats just to hide that bald dome of yours.
And I bet you have a whole collection of hair plugs to try and cover up that patchy mess on your head.
Hey, it's not patchy. It's just strategically placed to give me that rugged, manly look.
More like a desperate attempt to hold on to your youth.
Hey, at least I'm not afraid to embrace my age. Unlike someone I know who's still trying to rock a middle-aged comb-over.
Hey, I'll have you know that I rock this bald head with pride, and I don't need hair to make me look cool.
Yeah, because shiny head is so much cooler than a full head of luscious locks.
You know what, Joe? Just shut your bald head ass up and let's move on to a different topic.
Fine, but I'm still gonna rock this hairline better than you ever could. So, Neil, I heard you went blind the other day.
No, I didn't go blind.
Oh, my bad. I just assumed because you were walking around with your eyes closed.
That's because your bald head is so bright, it's blinding me.
My bald head. That's absurd.
No, it's not. It's like staring directly into the sun.
Well, maybe if you weren't so short, you wouldn't have to look up at me and get blinded.
Oh yes, because height has everything to do with eye damage.
Hey, I'm just trying to help you out. Maybe you should invest in some sunglasses.
I don't need sunglasses. I need a helmet to protect me from your shiny dome.
I'll have, my bald head as a source of power. It's like a solar panel for my brain.
More like a solar panel for your ego.
Hey, at least my ego is not as big as your head.
Oh, please. My head is perfectly proportionate to my massive brain.
Yeah, but I bet your brain can't handle a headbutt from my bald head.
Can we please change the subject? My eyes are starting to hurt.
Sure. Let's talk about how my bald head is actually a weapon.
Oh, joy. I can't wait to...
So, Ben, I hear you have a list of the top 5 sexiest video game characters. This should be interesting.
Oh, you know me, Joe, always keeping it classy and tasteful. Number 5, we have Lara Croft. That girl knows how to handle a gun.
Yeah, and she's got those curves that could make a man weak in the knees. Speaking of curves, who's next on your list?
At number 4, we have Chun-Li from Street Fighter. That girl can kick my ass any day.
And do you have a thing for women in tight spandex suits?
Hey, I'm a man of culture. Number 3, we have Bayonetta. She's got guns for heels and hair that could strangle you in your sleep.
Sounds like a fun night. Who's next?
Number 2, we have Princess Peach. I mean, she's a princess. She's got that innocent charm and she's always getting kidnapped. It's like a fantasy come true.
And finally, who takes the top spot on your list?
It's none other than Samus Aran from Metroid. That power suit, those long legs, and she's a badass bounty hunter. What's not to love?
Well, there you have it, folks. Ben Shapiro's top 5 sexiest video game characters. I'm sure we'll get some angry comments about this one.
Hey, I'm just a man who appreciates a good pixelated figure. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
So, Neil, I heard you have some interesting news about increasing sperm count.
Yes, Joe. I've been doing some research, and it turns out that sharing this YouTube video will increase your sperm count by 69%.
69%? Nice.
Yes, it's a scientifically proven fact. The more people who share it, the higher your sperm count will be.
Well, I know what I'm doing tonight. Sharing this video like crazy.
And not just any video, Joe. It has to be this specific video of a monkey riding a unicycle while juggling bananas.
That's oddly specific, Neil. But hey, whatever works.
And if you really want to boost your sperm count, you have to watch the video while standing on one leg and reciting the periodic table backwards.
That sounds like a challenge, but I'm up for it.
Trust me, Joe. Your swimmers will thank you later.
Well, I guess I'll be spending a lot of time on the Discord channel sharing this video and practicing my periodic table skills.
That's the spirit, Joe. And remember, the more you share, the more potent your sperm will be.
This is some next level sperm science, Neil. I'm impressed.
Just doing my part to help the future generations, Joe.
Well, there you have it, folks. Head over to the Discord channel and start sharing that video. Your balls will thank you. So, Neil, I gotta say, I love the way you say universe. It's like music to my ears.
Oh, really, Joe? Well, let me tell you something, you bald-headed freak. The universe doesn't give a flying fuck about your love for my pronunciation.
Come on, man. Don't be such a buzzkill. I'm just trying to appreciate the beauty of the cosmos.
Appreciate this, Joe. Shut your freaky bald ass up and let me school you on some real science.
All right. I'll be quiet. But can you at least say universe one more time?
Fine. But only because I know it's the only way to shut you up. Universe, happy now?
Ecstatic. Now let's talk about black holes.
Oh, you mean your love life? Because that's the only black hole I see you getting sucked into?
Hey, watch it. I may be bald, but I still have feelings.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt your delicate little feelings? Maybe you should go cry in the corner while I continue to unravel the mysteries of the universe?
Fine, I'll just sit here and admire the way you say universe in silence.
Good. Now, let's get back to talking about the real stars of the show, not your sad little love affair with my pronunciation.
So, Elon, have you heard about this new invention called Quandale Dingle?
Quandale Dingle. Sounds like a cross between a sex toy and a medieval torture device.
Yeah, I guess it could be used for both. But it's actually a self-driving car.
Oh, great. Another way for people to be lazy and not have to actually drive themselves.
But think about it, Elon. You could have a whole new market for people who want to have sex while on the road.
That's exactly what the world needs. More roadhead accidents.
You're right. That would be a disaster. But imagine if we combined Quandale Dingle with your Neuralink technology.
Oh, sure, let's just implant chips in people's brains so they can have sex while driving. That'll end well.
And we can call it Neuralinked Roadhead. It's genius.
You're a sick man, Joe.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment. But seriously, what other uses could Quandale Dingle have?
Well, it could also be used for kidnapping. Just imagine a self-driving car pulls up and snatches you off the street.
That's dark, Elon, but I like it.
And if you're into extreme sports, you could program it to drive off a cliff and see if you survive.
So, Neil, I heard you're a big fan of my podcast.
Well, I wouldn't say big fan, more like a curious observer.
Curious about what? My bald head?
No, I'm curious about how you even have a podcast. I mean, look at you. You're like a caveman with a microphone.
Hey, I may have a bald head, but at least I have a full head of hair on my chest.
Yeah, but you also have a full head of stupidity in that brain of yours.
Hey, watch it, Neil. I may be dumb, but at least I'm not a know-it-all like you.
I don't know everything, Joe. Just most things.
Well, I know one thing for sure. You're not getting invited back to this podcast.
Oh, please. Like I need your podcast to boost my ego. I have actual scientific achievements.
Yeah, well, I have a podcast about DMT and Bigfoot. Beat that.
I'll pass. I'd rather not waste my time talking about imaginary creatures.
Hey, Bigfoot is real, man. I've seen him on one of my DMT trips.
Sure, Joe. And I'm sure that's not just your bald head reflecting off the light.
Hey, at least I have a head to reflect off of. What's your excuse, Mr. Baldy?
I shave my head by choice, Joe. You, on the other hand, are just trying to hold on to whatever hair you have left.
Whatever, man. At least. So, Elon, what's new in the world of science and technology?
Well, I've been working on a new project that I think you'll find quite interesting.
Oh, yeah. What's it all about?
I'm calling it Joe's Bald Head Ass.
Excuse me?
You heard me. It's a physics equation that explains why we can't see because your bald head is reflecting too much light.
Hey, now, my bald head is a thing of beauty.
Beauty? More like a blinding light source.
Okay, I'll give you that one. But seriously, why name it after my head?
Well, I figure it would be a great way to pay tribute to the man who inspired it.
Oh, how thoughtful of you.
Plus, it's a great way to get people talking about it. I mean, who wouldn't want to know more about Joe's bald head ass?
I can already see the headlines now.
And think of merchandising opportunities. We could have shirts, hats, even Joe's bald head ass energy drinks.
I think we need to work on that name a bit, but I like where your head's at.
See, this is why we make a great team. Come up with the genius ideas and you make them even better.
Yeah, because nothing screams. So, Neil, I heard you've been getting into some interesting theories lately.
Oh, yes, Joe. I've been diving deep into the world of flat Earth.
Flat Earth? You mean like the Earth is actually flat?
Absolutely. And let me tell you, the evidence is undeniable.
I gotta say, I'm a little surprised. I mean, you're a renowned astrophysicist.
Exactly. Who better to uncover the truth about our flat planet?
But what about all the scientific evidence that proves the Earth is round?
Oh, that's just a conspiracy, Joe. The government and NASA have been lying to us all this time.
Wow, this is blowing my mind. So, what made you believe in flat Earth?
Well, I was approached by a group of flat earthers, and they showed me some convincing YouTube videos.
YouTube videos? That's all it took?
Yes, and now I'm fully on board. In fact, I'm starting my own flat Earth society.
This is wild. I never thought I'd see the day when Neil deGrasse Tyson endorses flat Earth theories.
Well, the truth can be hard to swallow, Joe. But once you see the evidence, there's no going back.
I can't wait to see the reactions from the scientific community.
Oh, they'll come around eventually. Just like they did with my Pluto demotion.
Well, I can't wait to hear more about your flat Earth research. Thanks for coming on the show, Neil.
Anytime, Joe. Keep an open mind and remember.
So, Ben, I heard you dropped a diss track on me.
Yeah, Joe. I couldn't resist after all the times you made fun of my height.
Come on, man. It's just a joke.
Oh, I know. And this diss track is just a joke, too. But it's a damn good one.
All right, let's hear it.
Joe Rogan, you think you're so tough, but you're just a meathead with a podcast full of fluff. Your conspiracy theories make me want to hurl, and your obsession with DMT is just absurd.
Wow, Ben, you really went there.
I'm just getting started. You may have muscles, but I have brains, and I'll take you down with my Shapiro facts and logic reigns. Your MMA skills don't impress me one bit. I'll take you down with a single well. Place, hit.
Damn, that's actually pretty good.
Oh, I'm not done yet. You may have millions of followers, but I have the truth, and I'll expose you for the fraud that you are. You uncouth so keep talking about aliens and Ouija while I continue to dominate with my intellectual speed.
All right. You win this round, Ben.
That's right, Joe. Don't mess with the Shapiro.
So, Mr. President, I heard you have a bit of fondness for sending dick pics.
Oh, you heard that, did you? Well, let me tell you, Joe, I've sent some real beauties in my day.
And to who, may I ask?
Oh, just some world leaders. Kim Jong-un, for example.
Wait, you sent dick pics to Kim Jong-un?
Oh, yeah, we have a special bond. I mean, who wouldn't want to see this beautiful orange dick?
I can't believe I'm having this conversation.
And let's not forget about my feet pics. I've got some real sexy shots of my feet. Let me tell you.
Please, no.
Oh, but I can't help it. I have an addiction to petting oranges. It's a real problem, Joe.
Wow, what a shocker.
Hey, don't knock it till you've tried it. Those oranges are so soft and juicy.
Moving on, let's talk about something else.
Fine, but just remember, Joe, I have the best feet in dick pics. The best
So, Neil, I've been hearing a lot about this evolution thing. Can you explain it to me in terms I can understand? Like, I don't know, with weed or something?
Oh, sure, Joe. Evolution is like when you take a hit of a joint and it slowly starts to change your perception and behavior over time.
Well, that's deep. So, like, we evolved from monkeys because they were smoking all the time.
No, Joe. It's more like a gradual process over millions of years. Kind of like when you smoke weed and you slowly start to realize the deeper meaning of life.
Damn, I never thought about it like that. So, what about dinosaurs? Did they get high too?
Oh, yeah, Joe. Dinosaurs were known for their love of smoking joints. That's why they went extinct. They got too stoned to function.
That's hilarious. So, where do humans fit into all of this?
Well, we're the end result of evolution. We've evolved to be the most advanced species on Earth, capable of creating and appreciating things like weed.
Mind blown. So, basically, evolution is like a never ending trip that we're all on.
Exactly, Joe. And just like with weed, we never know where it will take us next.
Dude, we should totally start a new conspiracy theory about how aliens introduce weed to humans to speed up our evolution.
I think you've had enough weed for today, Joe.
Yeah, you're probably. So, Neil, thanks for coming on the show. What's on your mind today?
Well, Joe, I've been thinking about your podcast name.
Oh, yeah. What's wrong with it? The Joe Rogan Experience has a nice ring to it.
Yeah, but I think it's time for a change. How about Joe's bald head?
What? Why would I name my podcast after my shiny dome?
Because let's face it, Joe, your baldness is the real star of the show.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure my bald head is what draws in millions of listeners.
But think about it, Joe. It's a bold move, and it'll definitely stand out in the sea of generic podcast names.
I don't know, Neil. It's a bit offensive.
Offensive. That's what makes it perfect. It's edgy, it's controversial. It's you.
All right, I'll consider it. But what would the show be about?
Oh, just you roasting yourself and your baldness. And maybe throwing in some bald jokes here and there.
I can already see the hate mail flooding in.
But think of the bald community, Joe. They need a voice, and you can be that voice.
All right, I'll do it. Joe's bald head it is.
That's the spirit, Joe.
So, Neil, I've been hearing a lot about this universe equation. Can you break it down for us?
Sure. Joe, it's a complex formula that explains the entire universe in one neat little package.
Sounds like my podcast. Am I right?
No, Joe. Your podcast is more like a dumpster fire with a side of conspiracy theories.
Hey now, my listeners love that shit.
Yeah, because they're high as giraffe balls.
Well, at least I have hair on my head.
Yeah, but it looks like a Chia pet that got hit by a lawnmower.
That's cold, Neil. Real cold.
Just like your dead career.
Ouch, man. That hurts.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings, Mr. Bald Head Ass?
You know what, Neil? I don't need this. I'm ending this podcast right now.
Oh, don't be like that. I'll even give you a new equation to make up for it. Equals Mc2 plus your fragile ego squared.
You know what, Neil? I think I'll stick to my dumpster fire podcast.
Suit yourself, Joe. But just remember, you'll never be as smart or as cool as me.
Yeah. Keep roasting my bald head, you astrophysics nerd.
Hey, at least I have a full head of hair on my equations.
So, Ben, have you heard about this new trend on YouTube called Mr. Beast challenges?
Yeah, I have. It's where this guy gives away ridiculous amounts of money for doing ridiculous things, right?
Exactly. And some people are saying it's just a way for him to get more views and subscribers.
Well, I can't blame him. I mean, if I had that kind of money, I'd probably do the same thing.
Oh, I can just imagine you doing a Ben Shapiro challenges series. What would you make people do?
Oh, just basic stuff like eating Tide Pods and jumping off cliffs.
Oh man, that's dark. But I bet it would get a lot of views.
And I could call it Surviving with Shapiro or Shapiro Shocking Stunts.
That's just wrong, but I can't help but laugh.
Hey, I have a dark sense of humor. It's how I cope with the world.
I get it. Sometimes you just have to laugh at the absurdity of it all.
And, hey, if anyone gets offended, I'll just say it's satire.
Oh, Ben, you never fail to push the boundaries.
It's my specialty. And besides, Mr. Beast would probably join in on the jokes.
Can you imagine a Mr. Beast and Shapiro collab? So, Neil, I heard you wanted to try the 360 challenge on my neck.
Yeah, man. I've been practicing my spinning skills, and I think your neck would be the perfect target.
Are you insane? Do you know how dangerous that is?
Come on, Joe. Live a little. Plus, I've always wanted to see your head spin like a top.
This is not a game, Neil. My neck is not a carnival ride.
Oh, lighten up, Joe. It'll be fun. And don't worry, I'll make sure to have a bucket ready in case you puke.
Oh, great. That really puts my mind at ease.
Trust me, Joe. I'm an astrophysicist. I know all about centrifugal force.
Yeah, but do you know about the force of my foot kicking your ass if you try this?
Okay. I'll just stick to spinning galaxies instead.
Good call. Now, let's move on to a less dangerous topic, like how aliens are definitely real.
Oh, you mean like the ones that are currently living inside your brain?
Hey, at least they're keeping me entertained. And they don't want to try any crazy stunts on my neck.
Fair enough, Joe. Fair enough.
So, Mr. Beast, I heard you've been singing kids songs, but in an edgy adult way. What's that all about?
Oh yeah, man. Kids these days need to toughen up. So I've been remixing some classic nursery rhymes with some dark humor and offensive lyrics.
Can you give us an example?
Sure, how about Twinkle, Twinkle Little Star? I change it to Twinkle, Twinkle Little Bitch, how I wonder what you snitch. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. But if you cross me, I'll make you cry.
That's messed up, man.
And don't even get me started on Old MacDonald had a farm. Now it's Old MacDonald had a farm, but he couldn't afford the rent. So he sold his cows for crack. Now he's living in a tent.
Wow, that's dark.
But, you know, what's even darker? Ring around the rosy. Now it's ring around the rosy, a pocket full of posies. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. But don't worry, it's just a virus. So let's all go to town.
That's too far, man.
Hey, I'm just trying to prepare these kids for the real world. Plus, it's hilarious.
I can't argue with that. But have you faced any backlash for these remixes?
Oh yeah, parents are not happy. But
So, Elon, I heard you invited George Floyd to come on the podcast.
Yeah, I figured we could have a productive conversation about race relations and police brutality.
Oh, I don't think that's what our listeners want. They want us to make jokes and say offensive things.
Well, I don't want to offend anyone.
Come on, Elon. You're the guy who sent a car to space and smoked weed on live TV. You can handle a little controversy.
Fine, but let's try to keep it respectful.
Respectful. This is a parody podcast, Elon. We're not here to make friends. We're here to make people laugh.
I see your point. All right, let's do this.
All right, George Floyd, welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. How's the afterlife treating you?
Joe, that's not funny. Let's stick to the topic.
Fine. So, George, what's it like being a martyr for the Black Lives Matter movement?
Joe, that's not appropriate. We should be discussing the systemic issues that led to George's death.
Oh, lighten up, Elon. We're just having a little fun. Besides, I'm sure George has a sense of humor.
Sorry, George. We didn't mean to offend you.
All right. So, Ben, what's your top 5 shampoo brands?
Well, Joe, as a conservative, I believe in using only the most efficient and cost-effective products. That's why my number one pick is good old-fashioned bar soap.
Bar soap? That's not shampoo, Ben.
Oh, I know. But it's versatile. You can use it on your hair body and even to clean your guns.
Okay, what's next?
Next is a brand called Freedom Foam. It's made with pure American patriotism and leaves your hair smelling like the Constitution.
Of course it does. What's number 3?
Number 3 is Capitalist Cleanse. It's a bit pricey, but it's worth it. It'll leave your hair so shiny you can see your reflection in it. Perfect for those important business meetings.
Wow, sounds amazing. What's next, Ben?
Number 4 is Liberty Lather. It's made with the tears of liberals and has a refreshing scent of freedom.
And finally, number 5.
Number 5 is Conservative Care. It's a no-nonsense, tough love shampoo that will make your hair stand up straight and chant Yusa. 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 Yusa.
Hey, Joe, why are you even here? You bald head ass?
What, Neil? What are you doing here?
Just wanted to remind you that.
So, Neil, I heard you made a new app.
Yeah, it's called Joe's Bald Head Ass.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Well, it's a virtual reality game where players get to slap your bald head.
That's offensive, man.
Oh, lighten up, Joe. It's all in good fun.
And what's the objective of this game?
To see how many times you can get slapped before you cry like a little baby.
That's it. I'm not downloading this app.
Oh, come on. It's already a hit with the YouTube chat.
They're probably just a bunch of sadistic trolls.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it. Jamie, pull up an image of Joe's bald head for Joe to see.
That's it. I'm done with this conversation.
Don't be such a sensitive little bitch. Download the app and embrace your baldness, Joe.
I'll pass. I'd rather have a full head of hair and not be the subject of some twisted game.
Suit yourself. But I guarantee you, this app is going to be a hit.
So, Elon, have you heard of this new internet trend called shitso posting?
Shitso posting? Is that some kind of new workout craze?
No, it's actually a form of meme culture where people post nonsensical and often offensive content.
Like my Twitter feed.
Exactly. But it's taken to a whole new level. These people are unhinged, man.
Sounds like my kind of crowd.
I mean, they make the dark web look like a kid's playground.
That's saying something coming from you, Joe.
Hey, I'm just an observer. These shitsa posters are on another level. They'll post anything, no matter how offensive or absurd.
Sounds like they need a hobby or something.
Oh, they have plenty of hobbies, like creating fake conspiracy theories and harassing people online.
Sounds like a fun Friday night.
Yeah, until you get doxxed and your personal information is all over the internet.
Well, at least they're keeping the internet interesting.
Interesting. More like a cesspool of insanity.
Hey, I'm all for pushing boundaries and being provocative, but this sounds like a whole new level of crazy.
Trust me, it is. But hey, who knows? Maybe one day we'll all be shitsa posting.
Let's just stick to sending cars to Mars, shall we?
Agreed. Jamie, pull up an image of Shitzo Poster's Twitter bio. Oh, wait, never mind. So, Neil, I heard you have a theory about the universe equation in your dick foreskin.
That's right, Joe. My foreskin is not just for show, it's a mathematical masterpiece.
I gotta see this. Can I touch it?
Of course, Joe. Just be careful. It's sensitive.
Well, I feel like I'm in the Matrix.
That's because my foreskin contains the secrets of the universe. It's like a cosmic USB drive.
So, what's the equation?
It's simple. Equals McTwo, but replace the CA with cock.
Classic Tyson.
But it doesn't stop there, Joe. My foreskin also holds the key to time travel.
What? How?
Well, you see, the wrinkles in my foreskin represent the wrinkles in time.
I don't get it.
That's because you're not a genius like me, Joe. My foreskin is like a roadmap to the universe.
Wow. Can't wait to see what else you have hidden in there.
Oh, you have no idea, Joe. Let's just say the Big Bang wasn't the only explosion my foreskin has caused.
All right, that's enough cosmic knowledge for today. Thanks for tuning in, folks. So, Mr. Beast, I heard you did a remix of a famous kid song, but with swear words and an edgy twist. What's that all about?
Yeah, man, I just thought it would be funny to take something innocent and turn it into something offensive. Plus, kids these days need to toughen up.
I can't even imagine what that would sound like. Can you give us a little taste?
Sure thing. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. What the fuck is up with Mars? Up above the world so high, like a fucking diamond in the sky.
That's some dark shit, man. I love it.
And it gets better. Row, row, row your boat gently down the fucking stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a fucking dream.
I think I like this version better than the original. What else you got?
Old MacDonald had a farm, but that shit was full of harm. With a fucking pig here and a fucking cow there. Here a fuck, there a fuck, everywhere a motherfucking fuck.
Oh man, this is too much. But I gotta say, these lyrics are pretty catchy.
Right? I think I might have a future in the music industry.
Just make sure you don't get sued by the original songwriters.
I'll just pay them off with my millions of dollars. No big.
So Neil, I heard you were a little upset about something.
Yeah, Joe. I'm not usually one to get riled up, but this is just too much.
What's got you all fired up, buddy?
Well, I was looking in the mirror the other day and I noticed something disturbing.
What, that you're getting old?
No, Joe. My dick's head looks like your bald head ass.
Oh man, that's hilarious. I never thought about it like that.
It's not funny, Joe. It's a serious problem. People are going to start thinking I'm your dick twin.
Oh man, I can't breathe. This is too good.
This is not a laughing matter, Joe. I have a reputation to uphold.
Oh come on, Neil. Don't be such a party pooper. Embrace the bald head, dick head brotherhood.
I can't believe I'm even having this conversation with you.
Sorry, Neil. I'll try to contain my joy in the future.
Please do.
But seriously, how did you even notice that?
I don't know, Joe. Maybe because I'm a scientist and I pay attention to details.
Or maybe because you're just jealous of my perfectly shaped head.
Sure, Joe. Keep telling yourself that.
Oh man, I needed that laugh. Thanks. So, Neil, I heard you regret watching the moon because it looks like my bald head ass.
Well, Joe, I wouldn't say regret. More like a momentary lapse in judgment.
Hey, at least my head is smooth and shiny like the moon. Can't say the same for yours.
Oh, yes, because having a crater-filled, dusty surface is so much better.
Hey, at least I don't have any aliens living on me. Can't say the same for the moon.
Oh, I'm sure there are plenty of aliens living on you, Joe. Just not the extraterrestrial kind.
Okay, let's get serious for a second. What's your favorite conspiracy theory about the moon?
Well, Joe, I don't really entertain conspiracy theories. But if I had to choose, I'd say the one about it being made of cheese. I mean, who wouldn't want a giant wheel of cheese in the sky?
That's a good one. But seriously, do you ever look at the moon and think, damn, that really does look like Joe's bald head ass?
No, Joe. I can honestly say that thought has never crossed my mind.
Well, I guess I'll just have to live with the fact that the moon will forever remind you of my shiny bald head.
And I'll just have to live with the fact that every time I see you, I'll think,
So, Elon, I heard you've been playing World of Tanks lately. How's that been going for you?
Oh, man, it's been a wild ride. I love blowing things up and dominating the battlefield.
Yeah, I can imagine. But I gotta say, I never pictured you as a tank kind of guy.
Well, you know what they say, Joe? Behind every successful entrepreneur is a love for heavy artillery.
I don't think that's how the saying goes, but I'll roll with it. So what's your favorite tank in the game?
Definitely the T-34. It's a classic, just like my flamethrower.
Oh man, you never cease to amaze me, Elon. But let's not forget to thank our sponsor, World of Tanks, for making this episode possible.
Yes. Thank you, World of Tanks, for fueling my destructive tendencies and giving me an outlet for my aggression.
And for providing us with endless hours of entertainment and explosions. Use code MUSK for 10% off your next tank purchase.
And if you're lucky, you might even get to play against me and witness my superior tank skills.
Well, there you have it, folks. Get yourself a tank and join the chaos in World of Tanks. And maybe you'll even get to blow up Elon's tank. Thanks for tuning in, folks. So, Ben, what's your take on our dear President Trump?
Well, Joe, I have to say I believe he's doing a fantastic job. His policies are truly making America great again.
Really? Even with all the scandals and controversies surrounding him?
Yes, Joe, I believe the media is just trying to smear his name. He's a strong leader, and we should support him.
Shut your bald head ass up, Joe. Ben, you're delusional. Trump is a disaster, and you know it.
Excuse me, Neil. I won't stand for this disrespect towards our president.
Guys, let's calm down. Let's talk about something else, like the economy.
Yes, the economy is booming under Trump. He's a master negotiator and businessman.
Oh yeah, because bankrupting multiple businesses and having shady deals with foreign governments is great for the economy.
How about we talk about immigration?
Yes, immigration. We need to secure our borders and protect our country from illegal immigrants.
Oh please, Ben. We're all immigrants here. Except for the Native Americans, of course.
Well, I think we can all agree that this has been a lively discussion. Thanks for joining us, Ben and Neil.
Thank you, Joe. And remember, support our president.
Or don't. It's a free country, unlike Trump's immigration policies.
So, Elon, what's new with you?
Well, I've been working on some pretty groundbreaking technology, but honestly, I'm more interested in this new game I've been playing.
Oh, yeah. What's it called?
It's called What the Sigma.
What the hell is that?
It's the most absurd and offensive game you can imagine. You basically just go around saying What the Sigma to everyone you meet.
That's ridiculous. But I can't stop saying it now.
I know, right? It's like a virus. Once you start, you can't stop.
So, what's the point of the game?
There's no point. It's just pure chaos and absurdity. And it's hilarious.
I can only imagine the reactions you get from people.
Oh, it's priceless. Some people get offended, others join in, and some just look at me like I'm insane. It's great.
I gotta try this game. What the Sigma?
See, you're hooked.
But Elon, isn't it a little dark and offensive?
Maybe. But sometimes you just need to let loose and embrace the absurdity of life.
Well, you definitely know how to do that.
Hey, life is too short to take everything seriously. What the Sigma?
So, Mr. Beast, I heard you're a big fan of the Cop Ramblers.
Yeah, man. I love those guys. They're like the underdogs of the soccer world.
Underdogs? More like undercats? I mean, have you seen their record?
Hey. Don't you dare talk smack about the Ramblers.
I'm just saying, they're not exactly the most successful team out there.
Success isn't everything, Joe. It's about the passion and heart they bring to the game.
Passion and heart. They barely have enough players to field a full team.
That's because they're all out there giving it their all, not worrying about stats or wins.
Yeah, because they have no chance of winning.
You know what, Joe? I challenge you to a game of one-on-one soccer with the Cop Ramblers.
Are you serious? I could take them all on by myself.
Fine, then it's settled. Winner gets to shave the other's head.
Deal. But let's make it interesting. Loser has to eat a raw cob of corn.
Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong. But just remember, Joe, the Ramblers may be underdogs, but they have a bite.
Yeah, a bite that won't even leave a mark. See you on the field, Mr. Beast. So, Mr. Beast, I gotta ask, where did you get that name?
Well, Joe, it's actually a play on words. You see, it stands for Mr. Bestiality.
Excuse me?
Oh yeah, I'm all about that animal love. I've got a petting zoo in my backyard.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. I've got a whole collection of exotic animals. And let me tell you, they love me just as much as I love them.
I don't even want to know what kind of love we're talking about here.
Oh, it's all consensual, Joe. I treat my animals with respect and kindness. And they repay me with their love and affection.
This is some next level stuff, Mr. Beast.
Hey, you gotta do what makes you happy, right? And for me, it's loving on my furry friends.
Well, I'm sure Pizza will be thrilled to hear about your unconventional love life.
Oh, they already know. In fact, they've even sponsored a few of my videos.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Just remember, Joe, love knows no bounds, especially when it comes to bestiality.
So, Mr. Beast, what's been going on in your world lately?
Oh, just making absurd amounts of money and giving it away to random strangers on the internet.
Yeah, I saw that video where you gave away $1 million to a random person. How do you even have that kind of money?
Oh, I just sell my soul to the devil. It's a good trade-off for viral videos.
That's dark, man. Speaking of dark, have you heard about the new Mario game coming out?
Oh yeah, I'm pumped for that. It's me, Mario. Mario,
Wow, that was terrible.
what? I thought it was pretty good.
No, it was offensive and ridiculous, just like your videos.
Thanks. I'll take that as a compliment.
But seriously, what do you think about the backlash against the new Mario game for being too violent?
Are you kidding me? It's a game about a plumber jumping on mushrooms. How much more violent can it get?
Good point. But, people will find anything to complain about these days.
Yeah, they should just relax and enjoy the game. And maybe donate some money to my next video.
Shameless plug. I like it.
Hey, gotta keep the money train rolling somehow.
Yeah, because giving away millions of dollars isn't enough.
Hey, it's a tough.
So, Elon, I heard you're working on a new project that's going to revolutionize the world.
Yes, TSGNNB, the Boxing Sense SLCD Brood.
Damn, that's impressive. But what about the haters who say you're just a rich weirdo?
HTRSCNSCKTENTGUNTGNNLTSM step MFRM ching WRLD.
I feel you, man. But let's talk about something more fun. What's the craziest thing you've ever done?
WLLLN Timmy WHNIWSing I backpicked through the SBR and Ds and just SS scores ND and Beatles FWTR.
That's insane. I bet you have some wild stories from that trip.
Yeah, LKE Timmy U WHNIFLLFFFCMLNDHDTR NECTFRS CKEUCKTECKTCMP.
Oh man, I can only imagine. But let's switch gears here. What's your take on artificial intelligence and its potential dangers?
WLLTSD finishing WSHLD BWRFU CNTLT TTKey ER and DD stride WRLD.
Absolutely. It's a delicate balance. But hey, let's have some fun with this language game. Give me a sentence with just consonants.
HLLJ, the system is very closely IVR.
So, Neil, I heard you discovered a new equation.
Yes, Joe. I call it the Joe's bald head equation.
What the hell does that mean?
Well, after observing your shiny dome for hours, I realize that it's a perfect representation of the universe.
What? How?
Think about it, Joe. Your head is round just like the Earth, and your lack of hair symbolizes the vastness and emptiness of space.
Oh, great. So now I'm a walking universe.
Exactly. And your receding hairline represents the expansion of the universe.
Wow, I never knew my baldness had such deep meaning.
And the best part is, the equation proves that your head is the center of the universe.
Well, I always knew I was the center of attention.
But Joe, this equation also predicts the end of the universe.
Is it because I'll finally grow some hair?
No, it's because your head will eventually collapse in on itself, creating a black hole that sucks everything in.
Oh, man, I can't wait to tell my bald buddies about this.
Just make sure they don't take it too personally.
Don't worry, they're used to being the butt of jokes.
Well, at least now they can take comfort in.
So, Elon, I heard you have some crazy ideas for Disneyland.
Oh yeah, thinking of turning it into a Richie.
What?
Richie. Like a rich hoochie, but for the whole family.
That sounds interesting.
Imagine all the rides being replaced with private jets and Lamborghinis.
And instead of Mickey Mouse, we have a pimp named Slick Rick.
And instead of Dumbo, we have a private jet that takes you to your own personal island.
This is getting out of hand.
And instead of a haunted mansion, we have a mansion filled with gold diggers.
Okay, I think we need to pump the brakes on this idea.
But think about it, Joe. The ultimate luxury experience for the whole family.
I don't think parents want their kids exposed to that kind of lifestyle.
Fine. We'll have a kids section with miniature yachts and designer baby clothes.
This is ridiculous.
And instead of a parade, we'll have a parade of Lamborghinis and Bugattis.
I don't even know what to say.
Trust me, Joe. This is the future of amusement parks.
I think I'll stick to the regular Disneyland. Thank you very much.
Suit yourself, but just wait until you see the Veep section with champagne fountains and caviar buffets.
I think I'll pass. I don't want to end up in a Richie rehab.
You're lost, Joe. You're lost.
So, Mr. Beast, I gotta ask you, what's the deal with your icon? It's like a gay-ass looking ass, blue-ass lion motherfucker.
Oh man, you noticed that? Huh. Well, let's just say I have a thing for fabulous felines.
Fabulous felines. Is that what they're calling it these days?
Hey, don't knock it till you try it. Blue lines are the new trend, haven't you heard?
I must have missed the memo. But seriously, why a blue lion?
Well, I wanted something that would stand out, and what's more attention grabbing than a blue lion with a rainbow mane?
I guess you have a point there. But why does it have to be so flamboyant?
Because, Joe, I'm secretly a drag queen. SHH, don't tell anyone.
You heard it here. First, folks, Mr. Beast is a drag queen, and his icon is a representation of his true self.
You know what they say, be yourself unless you can be a fabulous blue lion. Then always be a fabulous blue lion.
Wise words to live by. But seriously, have you ever thought about changing it up?
No, I'm sticking with my blue lion. It's become my trademark now. Plus, it's a great conversation starter.
No arguments there. Well, there you have it, folks. The man behind the blue lion icon. Thanks for joining us on the Joe Rogan Experience, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. So, Elon, I heard you've been working on some new technology to help people face their demons.
Yeah, I call it the Demon Destroyer 3000. It zaps those pesky inner demons into oblivion.
That's insane. But I have to ask, do you have any personal demons you need to face?
Of course, Joe. I have a fear of commitment. That's why I keep launching rockets into space. I can't commit to just one planet.
That's deep, man. But what about you, Joe? Any demons you need to face? Oh, yeah, I have a fear of clowns. Those painted faces and oversized shoes just give me the creeps.
I'll make sure to program the Demon Destroyer 3000 to specifically target clowns for you, Joe.
Thanks, man. But seriously, this fog that's coming, do you think it's a sign of the end times?
Nah, it's just nature's way of telling us to face our fears. And I've got my Demon Destroyer 3000 ready to go.
Can I borrow it for my fear of commitment?
Sorry, Joe. It's a one-person machine, but I can give you a discount code for therapy sessions.
Thanks, man. You always have the answers.
That's what I'm here for. Now let's go face those personified demons together.
Hell yeah. Jamie, pull up an image. So, Ben, I heard you have a list of the top 5 best porn websites. Care to share?
Well, Joe, I wouldn't say it's a list. More like a curated collection of morally acceptable material.
Oh, come on, Ben. We all know you have a secret stash hidden under your Bible.
Well, if you must know, my top pick would have to be Pure Flix. It's like the Christian version of Pornhub.
You can't be serious, Ben. What's next? Bible Black is your second pick.
No, Joe. My second pick is actually the wholesome educational website, Porn. It's like Webbing, but for sexual health.
All right, what about your third pick?
It's a bit taboo, but I have to go with Motherless. It's like a car crash. You just can't look away.
Okay, let's move on to your fourth pick before things get too weird.
My fourth pick is Xvideos. It's like the Amazon Prime of porn, with fast and free shipping.
And your final pick, Ben?
Well, my final pick is a bit of a guilty pleasure. It's called RedTube. It's like the McDonald's of porn, cheap and satisfying.
Oh man, I can't believe we just had this conversation on air. Thanks for the recommendations, Ben. So, Ben, I have something to tell you.
What is it, Joe? Did you finally try DMT?
No, it's something else. I've been holding it in for a while now.
Dude, just spit it out.
Fine. I'm gay.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's a shocker. But I've been feeling these urges lately, and I can't ignore them any longer.
But you have a wife and kids.
I know. But have you seen Elon's hair? It's like a magnetic force pulling me in.
Did someone say my hair?
Oh, Elon. You always know how to make an entrance.
Wait, are you telling me you're gay for me?
I can't deny it any longer. I want to run my fingers through your luscious locks and talk about the universe.
This is getting weird.
You're just jealous? You're not part of this love triangle?
Well, I'm flattered, Joe, but I must decline. I'm more of a Grimes kind of guy.
Oh, well, I guess I'll just stick to hunting and eating elk.
This is definitely not what I expected when I signed up for this podcast.
Hey, you never know what's going to happen on the Joe Rogan Experience. Now let's go smoke some weed. So, Neil, have you ever tried DMT?
Florida is going to be underwater because of an event that happens August 12th, 2025.
What? I was talking about DMT, not the apocalypse.
Trust me, Joe. I've seen it all on my astrophysicist trips. Florida is doomed.
Okay, but have you ever encountered any aliens on your DMT trips?
Florida is going to be underwater because of an event that happens August 12th, 2025.
Are you even listening to me? I'm asking about aliens, not natural disasters.
But Joe, the aliens are the ones causing the event that will flood Florida.
What? That's insane. How do you know this?
Because I've been in contact with them on my DMT trips. They warned me about the impending flood.
This is some next level conspiracy theory stuff. But hey, at least we know when it's going to happen, right?
Yeah, and we can prepare by building a spaceship to escape to another planet.
Or we can just stock up on DMT and ride out the flood in a state of enlightenment.
That's not a bad idea. Maybe we can even convince the aliens to take us with them on their spaceship.
Now that's a trip I wouldn't want to miss. Thanks for the heads up, Neil.
No problem, Joe. Just remember, Florida is going to be underwater because of an event that happens August 12th, 2025.
So, Neil, I heard you wrote a new book.
Yeah, it's called Shut Your Bald Head Ass Up, Joe.
What the hell, man? That's offensive.
Oh, I know. I wanted to push some buttons.
Well, you definitely did that. But why me? Why not someone else?
Because your bald head is just too easy of a target.
Fair enough. So what's the book about?
It's a guide on how to shut up all those annoying people who think they know everything.
Are you talking about me?
Maybe
All right, I'll bite. What's your advice for shutting someone up?
just tell them to shut their bald head ass up, Joe.
I see what you did there. But seriously, what else is in the book?
Well, there's a whole chapter on how to use science to prove someone wrong and shut them up.
Okay, now I'm interested. What kind of science?
Oh, just some astrophysics, quantum mechanics, and sprinkle of black holes.
Damn, that's some heavy stuff. I think I'll stick to telling people to shut up.
Suit yourself, Joe. But just remember, when all else fails, shut your bald head ass up.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for the advice, Neil.
Anytime, Joe. Anytime.
So, Neil, I heard you have a theory about my bald head.
Oh, yes. It's quite fascinating, actually. You see, Joe, your lack of hair is actually a result of quantum physics.
Quantum physics? That sounds like some hippie bullshit.
Oh, no. It's a well-established scientific concept. You see, the uncertainty principle states that there is a limit to the precision with which certain pairs of physical properties can be known at the same time.
What the hell does that have to do with my bald head?
Well, according to my calculations, the uncertainty principle has caused chaotic disturbance in the hair follicles on your head, resulting in hair loss.
So, you're saying I'm bald because of some quantum mumbo jumbo?
Precisely. And it's not just your head, Joe. It's also affected your testosterone levels, leading to your infamous alpha male persona.
Wait, so my bald head is responsible for my alpha male status?
Yes, it's all connected. Your baldness, your testosterone, your dominance in the podcasting world.
Wow, it all makes sense now. Thanks for enlightening me, Neil.
Anytime, Joe. Just remember, it's all just a matter of quantum physics.
Well, I guess I can't be mad at my bald head anymore. It's just a part of the universe's grand plan.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe one day we'll discover a way to reverse the effects of the uncertainty principle and give you a full head of hair.
Now, that's a scientific breakthrough I can get behind. So, Neil, I heard you recently roasted someone on Twitter. Who was it?
Oh, it was just some flat earther. You know, the usual.
Ha, those guys are idiots. But hey, speaking of roasting, have you seen my bald head lately?
Oh, Joe, I wouldn't call it a head. More like a shiny cue ball.
Hey, now that's not nice. I can't help that I'm follically challenged.
Well, at least you have an excuse for your lack of hair. What's your excuse for your lack of intelligence?
Ouch, that one stung. But hey, I may not be the smartest guy, but at least I have a successful podcast.
Oh, yes. The Joe Rogan Experience, where you talk about DMT and MMA for hours on end. Riveting stuff.
Hey, people love it. But let's talk about your show, Star Talk. Isn't that just a ripoff of my podcast?
A ripoff. Please, my show actually has facts and science. Yours is just a bunch of stoners rambling on.
Hey, watch it, Neil. I may be a stoner, but at least I don't have a giant ego like you.
Oh, please. Joe, you couldn't handle my ego if it was a DMT trip?
All right, let's calm down. We can agree on one thing, though. We both have amazing hair.
Well, I guess we can agree on something. But let's be real, your bald head is just a reflection of your lack of intelligence.
So, Ben, I heard you've been getting into Osmoser lately.
Yes, Joe. It's quite fascinating how certain sounds can trigger a pleasurable response in the brain.
Have you tried the Dami Mommy Osmosis?
Excuse me?
You know, where a woman pretends to be your mom and whispers in your ear.
That sounds incredibly disturbing and inappropriate.
Oh, come on, Ben. It's just a harmless fantasy.
Harmless? I highly doubt that.
Trust me, it's not as bad as the femdom Osmosis I've been listening to.
I don't even want to know. No.
But seriously, the Dami Mommy ones are the best. They make you feel safe and loved, like you're back in the womb.
Joe, I think you need some serious therapy.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it. Jamie, pull up an image of a woman in a tight dress with a paddle. See, Ben, doesn't that just give you tingles?
No, Joe. It makes me question your sanity.
Well, I guess I'll just have to enjoy my Dami Mommy Osmosis alone then.
Please do.
But seriously, you should give it a try. It's a whole new level of relaxation.
I'll stick to my classical music, thank you very much.
Suit yourself, Ben. But don't come crying to me when you're missing out on the bestest Mr. experience of your life. So, Mr. Beast, I have something to confess to you.
Okay. What is it, Joe?
I'm a convicted child predator.
What? No way.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty messed up.
Well, funny thing is, I'm also a convicted child predator.
What? You too?
Yeah, it's like a secret club or something.
Oh man, this is going to be a great episode.
Yeah, we can talk about all the kids we've preyed on.
Oh yeah, and the techniques we used to lure them in.
And the disguises we wore to avoid getting caught.
I gotta say, I was pretty good pretending to be a friendly neighborhood ice cream man.
And I was the master of offering free candy.
But in all seriousness, this is a serious issue, and we should use our platform to raise awareness.
Absolutely. We need to educate people on the signs of child predators and how to protect their children.
Or maybe we should just stick to making ridiculous and offensive jokes.
Yeah, that's probably a better idea. Let's not get too serious here.
Agreed. Now, let's go catch some kids. Catch up. So, Elon, I heard some interesting news about you.
Oh, really? What is it? What is...
Apparently, Neil here is the actual owner of Tesla and SpaceX.
What? That's ridiculous. The one who built those companies from the ground up.
Well, apparently, Neil has been pulling the strings behind the scenes. Behind the scenes.
That's insane. The one who's been working day and night to make those companies successful.
Yeah, but Neil has been funding your little projects this whole time.
This is outrageous. I demand to see proof.
Jamie, pull up an image of Neil's bank statements.
Oh my God, he really is the owner. I've been played.
And here I thought you were the genius, Elon.
Shut up, Joe. I'll show you who's the real genius.
What are you doing?
Ordering a rocket to launch Neil into space. That's right. You're going to be the first human to be sent to Mars without a return ticket. No, this is revenge for trying to steal my companies.
And we'll live stream the whole thing on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast.
This is going to be epic.
And that's all the time we have for today, folks. So, Elon, have you ever had any weird experiences with your testicles?
Sorry, what?
You know, like, have they ever been stolen or anything?
No, Joe, I can't say that I have.
Well, let me tell you, it's not a fun experience. I was just sitting here minding my own business, and then, bam, they were gone.
Wait, what? Someone stole your testicles?
Yeah, man. And the worst part is they didn't even leave a note or anything. Just took them and vanished.
Wow, sounds like a real ball buster.
Dude, not cool. But seriously, what kind of sicko steals someone's testicles?
Maybe they were just really into nuts.
Okay, that was actually pretty good.
Thanks, I'll be here all week.
But seriously, how am I supposed to explain this to my wife? Honey, I lost my balls on the podcast today.
Well, at least you have a good excuse for not having kids now.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it.
Maybe you can get some robotic ones from my company.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. I'll have my people call your people. So, Ben, I heard you've been spending a lot of time in the YouTube chat lately.
Yes, Joe, I have. I find it quite intellectually stimulating.
Oh, yeah. What have you been discussing with the Gaiats?
Well, I've been rating their intelligence levels based on their comments.
Oh, like a little game. That sounds fun.
Oh no, Joe, it's not a game. It's a serious matter. We must weed out the unintelligent from the gene pool.
Wow, that's pretty harsh. What criteria do you use to rate them?
Well, first and foremost, their spelling and grammar. If they can't spell you correctly, they're automatically out.
Fair enough. What else?
I also take into account their use of logical fallacies. If they can't construct a valid argument, they're deemed unworthy.
Sounds like a lot of work. Do you ever just kick back and enjoy the conversation?
Absolutely not, Joe. I'm on a mission to educate and enlighten the masses.
Well, I'm sure the Gaiats appreciate your efforts.
I highly doubt it, Joe, but I will continue to fight the good fight, one YouTube chat at a time.
Well, good luck with that, Ben. I'll stick to smoking weed and talking about aliens.
Suit yourself, Joe. But just know, while you're getting high, I'm improving the gene pool.
So, Elon, I hear you've been making some serious cash lately.
Yeah, man, I've been killing it. But it's not from Tesla or SpaceX.
Really? Where's the money coming from?
Public toilets.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I've been installing cameras in public toilets and selling the footage online.
Dude, that's messed up.
Hey, I gotta make a living somehow. And people are into some weird stuff.
I mean, I know you're a genius and all, but this is next level creepy.
It's all about supply and demand, Joe.
But what about privacy? Don't you feel guilty about invading people's personal space like that?
Not really. I mean, they're in a public toilet. They should know there's a chance they'll end up on the internet.
I can't believe this.
Hey, at least I'm not selling their DNA or something.
Oh, yeah, because that would be so much better.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it.
I don't think I want to know any more about your side hustle, Elon.
Suit yourself. But let me tell you, it's a gold mine.
So, Elon, our first topic today is GAIAT. It stands for Get Your Ass to Mars.
Yeah, I love that acronym. It really captures the urgency and importance of colonizing Mars.
But let's be real, Elon. You just want to escape Earth because, we're all screwed.
I can neither confirm nor deny that. But seriously, Gaia is not just about escaping a dying planet. It's about creating a backup plan for the human race.
Yeah, but let's not forget the real reason you want to go to Mars. You just want to create a society where you can be the supreme overlord.
Hey, I never said that. But if the shoe fits,
And let's not forget the real reason behind your obsession with Mars. You just want to find a way to upload your consciousness and live forever.
well, I mean, who wouldn't want to be immortal? But GAT is about more than just my personal goals. It's about the advancement of humanity.
Sure, sure. But let's not forget the real reason you're building rockets and flamethrowers. You just want to be the coolest kid on the block.
Hey, I can't deny that. GAT is all about being the coolest and most badass species in the universe.
Well, I think we've covered all the important aspects of Gaia. Thanks for joining us, Elon.
Anytime, Joe. And remember, folks, guide or get left behind.
So, Neil, I heard you're not a fan of Kanye West.
That's an understatement, Joe. I can't stand that egotistical man-child.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel.
Well, for starters, have you heard the lyrics to I Am a God?
Oh, yeah, that's a classic.
Classic garbage, you mean? Hurry up with my damn croissants is not exactly Shakespeare.
But what about, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex?
Oh, please. That's just disrespectful to women.
All right. All right, what about now if I fuck this model, and she just bleached her asshole?
Oh, God, don't even get me started on that one. It's like he's trying to be offensive just for the sake of it.
Well, at least he's honest about his love for himself.
Yeah, because that's what the world needs more of, Joe. Narcissism.
Fair point. But hey, at least he's not afraid to speak his mind.
Yeah, because we all know the world is just dying to hear Kaney's thoughts on everything.
Well, looks like we found something we can both agree on, Neil.
Finally, some common ground. Now, let's never speak of Kenny again.
So, Neil, I heard you have some interesting theories about the moon.
Oh, yes, Joe. You see, after years of research and calculations, I've come to the conclusion that the moon is actually made of dick cheese.
Dick cheese? Are you serious?
Absolutely. Think about it. The craters on the moon are actually just giant pimples filled with dick cheese.
That's disgusting and hilarious at the same time.
And the reason it glows is because of all the bacteria and fungi living in the cheese.
I can't believe I'm having this conversation in my podcast.
And the dark spots on the moon? Those are just areas where the cheese has gone bad.
Oh man, I can't wait to see the headlines for this episode.
And if you look closely, you can even see some dick hairs sticking out of the surface.
This is pure gold, Neil. Pure gold.
And the best part is, we can finally answer the age-old question of why the moon is shaped like a crescent. It's because it's a giant dick cheese wheel.
I don't know if I can handle any more of this. My sides are hurting from laughing.
Well, I'm glad I could enlighten you and your listeners, Joe.
I don't think anyone will ever look at the moon the same way again.
Mission accomplished.
So, Mr. Beast, I gotta ask, how do you make all that money?
Well, Joe, I'm glad you asked. You see, I have a little side hustle that brings in the big bucks.
Oh yeah. What's that?
I run fake free Robux scams.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I tell kids they can get free Robux if they just give me their credit card info.
That's messed up, man.
Hey, it's not my fault they're gullible. Plus, I gotta fund my next video somehow.
But isn't that illegal?
Nah, it's just a little white-collar crime, no big deal.
I don't know if I can condone that, Mr. Beast.
Relax, Joe. I also donate a portion of my scam money to charity.
Well, I guess that makes it okay then.
Exactly. And besides, it's not like I'm the only YouTuber doing it.
Wait, really?
Oh yeah, it's a whole underground market. We even have a secret handshake.
I don't know if I want to know any more about this.
Suit yourself, Joe. But let's just say my bank account is looking pretty beastly thanks to those fake free Robux scams.
So, Elon, what's been on your mind lately?
Well, Joe, I have a confession to make.
Oh boy, here we go.
I've been having these urges to lick your bald head.
What the hell, Elon? That's messed up.
No, hear me out. It reminds me of balls.
Dude, what the actual fuck?
I know. It's just that your head is so smooth and round. It's like a perfect pair of testicles.
I can't believe I'm having this conversation.
But think about it, Joe. It's like a 2-for-1 deal. I get to lick your head and balls at the same time.
Oh, wow, what an offer. How can I say no?
So, can I do it? Can I lick your head ass?
Absolutely not. That's crossing a line, even for me.
Fine. I'll just have to settle for licking my own balls.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, I'm super flexible. I can totally do it.
This conversation took a turn I was not expecting.
Hey, at least I'm not asking to lick your actual ass.
Please, let's just end this before it gets any weirder. So, Elon, have you seen this new study that says sharing YouTube videos with your friends can increase your sperm count?
What the hell are you talking about, Joe?
I'm serious. Apparently, if you don't share the video, you'll become sterile.
That's ridiculous. How could sharing a video affect your sperm count?
I don't know, man. Science is weird, but apparently it works.
Well, I guess I better start sharing some videos then.
Yeah, you don't want to end up with a shriveled up sack, do you?
No, I wouldn't want to lose my precious little muskrats.
Oh man, that's a good one. But seriously, this study is no joke. We need to spread the word and save our future generations.
All right, I'll make sure to share the video with all my billionaire buddies.
And I'll share it with all my stone friends. We'll save the world one sperm at a time.
This is the most absurd conversation I've ever had.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan experience, where we discuss the most important topics of our time.
And apparently that includes sperm counts and YouTube videos.
Hey, whatever works, man. So remember, folks, share the video or risk becoming sterile. This is not a drill.
And if you don't believe us, just ask Jamie to pull up an image of a shriveled up sack. That'll change your mind real quick.
Right? So, Elon, what's the deal with this whole proof thing? Are you trying to prove that you're actually an alien?
No, Joe. Just trying to prove that my Neuralink technology can merge human brains with artificial intelligence.
Oh, so you're trying to turn us all into cyborgs?
Not exactly. It's more about enhancing our cognitive abilities and unlocking the full potential of the human brain.
Sounds like some Black Mirror shit.
Well, you know what they say, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
Yeah. But what about the ethical implications? Are we just gonna let our brains be controlled by machines?
Relax, Joe. We'll have safeguards in place. Besides, it's not like we're going to be living in the Matrix.
I don't know, man. This all seems a little sketchy to me.
Come on. You're telling me you wouldn't want to have superhuman intelligence and abilities?
I mean, sure, but at what cost?
Hey, if it means I can finally beat Kasparov at chess, I'll take the risk.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm definitely keeping my tinfoil hat on, just in case.
Suit yourself, Joe. But mark my words, this technology will change the world.
Yeah, just make sure you don't accidentally turn us all into Terminators.
Don't worry, Joe. I'll keep that in mind.
So, Elon, what's next for you? Any big plans or projects on the horizon?
I don't know, Joe. But my balls who are...
What do you mean? Are you okay?
I don't know, Joe. But my balls who are...
Okay, well, let's move on then. How about your company, SpaceX? Any exciting developments coming up?
I don't know, Joe. But my balls who are...
All right, let's try a different topic. What about your electric car company, Tesla? Any new models in the works?
I don't know, Joe. But my balls who are...
This is getting concerning, Elon. Maybe we should get you some medical help.
I don't know, Joe. But my balls who are...
Okay, let's just wrap this up. Any final thoughts or words of wisdom for our listeners?
I don't know, Joe. But my balls who are...
Well, that's all the time we have for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the Joe Rogan Experience, where we discuss important topics like Elon's aching balls. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll have a live vasectomy performed on air. See you next time. So, Ben, I heard a rumor that you cuddle a body pillow of me every night to sleep. Is that true?
Well, Joe, you know how much I admire you and your alpha male energy. It just helps me sleep better.
That's hilarious, man. But seriously, what do you do with the pillow? Do you whisper sweet nothings in its ear?
No, Joe. I just hold it close and imagine I'm in your strong, manly arms.
Oh, I bet you do. Do you ever get jealous when I have other guests on my show?
Of course not, Joe. I know I'm your favorite, plus I have my pillow to keep me company.
You know, Ben, I think you might have a little crush on me.
No way, Joe. I just admire your intelligence and rugged good looks.
Well, I have to admit, it's a little weird, but also kind of flattering. Just don't tell my wife, okay?
Your secret is safe with me, Joe.
Maybe I should get a body pillow of you, too. We can have a cuddle party.
I think I'll stick to my own pillow, thanks. But hey, if you ever need a replacement, I'm here for you.
Thanks, Ben. You're a good sport. And hey, at least you... So, Mr. President, I heard you have a new slogan for your campaign.
That's right, Joe. It's nukes are for kids.
Excuse me?
You heard me. Kids love nukes. They're like big, shiny toys.
I'm pretty sure nukes are not meant for children.
Oh, come on. What's the worst that could happen? A little nuclear winter?
That's not exactly a small consequence.
Look, if a few million kids have to cry, it's a small price to pay for making America great again.
I don't think parents would agree with that.
Well, they can just suck it up. It's not like they're the ones launching the nukes.
I think we need to move on to a different topic.
Fine. But just remember, nukes are for kids can cry about it all they want, but I'm still going to press that big red button.
And on that note, let's end this episode. Thanks for tuning in, folks. So, Mr. Beast, I heard you're the king of giving away money.
Yeah, I like to spread the wealth. It's all about making people happy.
Well, I'm not happy. You haven't given me any money.
Sorry, Joe. I can't just go around giving money to everyone. I have to be strategic about it.
Strategic, more like stingy.
Hey, I work hard for my money. I can't just give it away to every Joe on the street.
Oh, I see how it is. You're just going to keep all that cash to yourself and masturbate with it.
What, Joe? That's a bit uncalled for.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were being honest here. But hey, at least I know what you do with all that money now.
You know what, Joe? You're right. I should give you some money.
Really? Finally.
Yeah, I'll give you $1. That should be enough to buy a new brain.
Very funny. But seriously, can I have some more?
No, Joe. I'm not falling for your manipulative tactics.
Fine, I'll just stick to calling you Mr. Masturbates from now on.
Okay, that's it. I'm out of here.
Wait, come back. I'll do anything for some cash.
Sorry, Joe. Looks like you'll have to find another sugar daddy.
So, Neil, what's the deal with this ancient bomb of Ambatucom that crashed Jazz's artificial intelligence Rogan YouTube live stream for over a day?
Yes. The Ambatucom bomb. It's a weapon so powerful, it could destroy an entire civilization in seconds.
Damn, that's some serious shit. How did it end up crashing Jazz's artificial intelligence?
Well, legend has it that the bomb was created by a race of advanced beings who were trying to destroy a rival planet. But they accidentally set it off on their own planet, wiping themselves out.
That's some next level friendly fire. But why did it crash Jazz's artificial intelligence specifically?
Well, the bomb emits a powerful electromagnetic pulse that disrupts all technology. And apparently, Jazz's artificial intelligence was caught in the blast radius.
That's insane. But why did it take over a day to fix?
Well, the artificial intelligence had to reboot and reconfigure itself. And let's just say it needed some time to process the fact that it was temporarily taken down by an ancient bomb.
I can imagine the artificial intelligence having an existential crisis. I really, in advanced artificial intelligence, if I can be taken down by a primitive bomb.
Exactly. But don't worry, Jazz's artificial intelligence is back up and running. And we can all rest easy knowing that the Ambatukan bomb is safely buried deep in the ruins of its creator's planet.
Well, that's a relief. I don't think we're ready for that kind of power just yet.
Agreed.
So, Elon, have you ever thought about shaving your head like me?
Why would I want to do that? I have a full head of luscious hair.
Yeah, but think about it. You'll save so much time and money on haircuts and products.
But then I'll look like a bald head ass like you.
Hey, watch it, buddy. My bald head is a symbol of power and dominance.
More like a symbol of your receding hairline and lack of testosterone.
Oh, you want to talk about testosterone? How about that time you smoked weed on my show and lost your entire board of directors?
Hey, that was just a little puff. And it was a sacrifice I was willing to make for the sake of science.
Yeah, science. More like a PR disaster.
Well, at least I'm not the one who's known for eating elk meat and talking to aliens.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it. And at least I don't have to worry about my hair getting in the way during a UFC fight.
Oh, please, like you could handle a UFC fight with that dad bod of yours.
Hey, my dad bod is just a cover for my chiseled abs, and at least I don't have to worry about hair clogging my shower drain.
Fine, maybe I'll consider shaving my head. But only if you promise to stop talking about elk meat and aliens.
Deal. Now let's go hit the gym and show off our bald head asses. So, Elon, have you noticed that my head is like a solar panel?
Yeah, man. It's like a beacon of light guiding us towards enlightenment.
Oh, great. Now I'm a spiritual guru, too.
Well, you do have a cult following, Joe. Might as well embrace it.
But seriously, have you ever thought about harnessing the power of my shiny dome?
Absolutely. We could use it to power up your podcast studio and save the planet at the same time.
I can see the headlines now. Joe Rogan's head saves the world.
And we'll have to give you a superhero name like the Glowing Gladiator.
I like the sound of that. But wait, what about when I go bald?
No worries, we'll just install some solar panels on your scalp.
I can just picture it now, me walking around with a solar-powered head.
And with your intense podcasting schedule, you'll never have to worry about running out of energy.
I'll be like a walking, talking Duracell battery.
Well, Joe, I think we've just solved the world's energy crisis.
And all thanks to my shiny head.
Who knew that baldness could be a superpower?
So, Elon, have you ever tried Ohio Skibby Riz?
What the hell is that?
It's this new drug that's sweeping the nation. It's like a mix of meth and LSD, but with a hint of cinnamon.
That sounds dangerous.
Oh, it is. But that's what makes it so fun. You see, Mark Zuckerberg actually invented it.
What? The Facebook guy?
Yeah, he's got a secret lab in his basement where he cooks up all sorts of crazy shit.
That doesn't surprise me. He always seemed like a weird dude.
Oh, he's definitely weird. But he's a genius when it comes to making drugs. I mean, have you seen how many people are addicted to Facebook?
I guess that's one way to look at it.
Plus, he's got all the money in the world to fund his experiments. I mean, have you seen his haircut? That shit ain't cheap.
I don't think I'll be trying any of his drugs anytime soon.
Suit yourself, man. More Ohio Skiddy Riz for me. But I gotta warn you, it'll have you seeing things that'll make you question reality.
I don't think I need any help with that. Already launching rockets into space and building tunnels under cities.
Fair point. But hey, if you ever change your mind, just hit up Zuck. He'll hook you up with some of that sweet, sweet Ohio Skiddy Riz. So, Elon, I heard you have some pretty wild theories about the end of the universe.
Oh yeah, you know me, Joe. I love a good doomsday scenario.
Well, what's your take on it?
Well, I think on August 12, 2036, we're going to witness the heat death of the universe.
Wait, what the hell is that?
It's when all the energy in the universe is used up and everything just stops.
Damn, that's heavy.
Yeah, and it's going to be hot as hell. Like, literally, the temperature will be so high that even atoms can't exist.
That's insane. But what about us? Will we still be around?
Nah, we'll be long gone by then. But our legacy will live on, Joe. Our ridiculous conversations will be remembered by future generations. You'll be remembered by future generations.
Yeah, they'll be like, these guys were crazy, but damn, they were hilarious.
Exactly. And you know what, Joe? I think we should start a countdown to the heat death of the universe.
Oh man, that would be epic. We'll have a party on August 12, 2036 and go out with a bang.
I like the way you think, Joe. But let's make sure we have plenty of beer and weed for that party.
Of course, Elon. We'll go out in true Joe Rogan style.
And maybe we'll even live stream it so aliens.
So, Neil, I heard you have some interesting news about the universe.
Yes, Joe. It's quite a hot topic.
Nice pun, Neil. So what's the deal?
Well, on August 12th, 2036, the universe is going to experience a heat death.
Oh, great. Just what we need. Another hot summer day.
No, Joe. I mean, the entire universe will reach a state of maximum entropy and all energy will be evenly distributed.
What does that mean exactly?
It means everything will be dead, Joe. No more stars, no more galaxies, no more life.
So basically, it's the ultimate retirement plan.
Yes, Joe. Except there's no 401k or pension.
Well, at least we won't have to worry about global warming anymore.
Actually, Joe, the heat death of the universe is caused by the expansion of the universe and has nothing to do with human activities.
Oh, great. So we can't even take credit for destroying the universe.
No, Joe. But I'm sure we'll find a way to mess things up before then.
Hey, maybe we can throw a big party on August 12th, 2036 to celebrate the end of the universe.
Sure, Joe. Let's party like it's the end of the world. Oh, wait, it actually is.
So, Donnie, what's new with you?
Well, Joe, I've been thinking a lot lately about spoons.
Spoons. What about them?
They're fake, Joe. Total fakes. I mean, have you ever seen a spoon? I haven't. I've seen a lot of things.
What are you talking about?
Think about it, Joe. Have you ever actually held a spoon? Or have you just been told it's a spoon? It's all a big hoax.
Are you saying spoons don't exist?
Exactly. It's all a conspiracy, Joe. The deep state is behind it all.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure I've eaten soup with a spoon before.
Fake news, Joe. Fake news. They want you to believe in spoons so they can control you.
All right, let's say you're right. What's the end game here? What do they gain from this spoon hoax?
Mind control, Joe. They want us all to be mindless spoon-using sheep, but not me, Joe. I see through their lies.
Well, I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree on this one.
Fine, Joe. But just remember, there is no spoon.
Jamie, pull up an image of a spoon.
See, Joe? That's just a Shigai rendering. Wake up, sheeple.
So, Elon, I heard you're working on a new project to send bald dummy mommies to Mars.
Yeah, it's part of my plan to colonize the red planet with powerful, dominant women.
I gotta say, that's a bold move. But let's get down to business. I want to know your top 10 favorite bald dummy mommy GFS.
Well, number one has to be Medusa. She may have snakes for hair, but she knows how to turn a man to stone.
Oh yeah, she's a classic. But what about the rest?
Number two is definitely Britney Spears. She may have shaved her head, but she's still got that dominant energy.
I can see that. Who's number 3?
GIA. Jane, she may not be a real person, but she's got that buzz cut and takes charge like a boss.
I can dig it. Number 4.
Sinead O'Connor. She may have caused some controversy, but she's got that bad girl vibe that I love.
And number 5?
Sigourney Weaver in Alien. She may not be bald, but she's got that fierce, take no prisoners attitude.
Damn, that's a solid list. What about the rest?
I'll save the rest for another time, Joe. I don't want to give away all my secrets.
Fair enough. But I have to ask, do you think there's a market for bald dommy mommies on Earth?
Absolutely. I mean, just look at all the success.
So, Elon, I heard you're learning Chinese. How's that going?
Oh yeah, I'm getting pretty good at. Now, how, Joe?
I had a you too, my handsome billionaire friend.
Careful, Joe. You're making me blush.
Oh, come on. I can't resist a man who can speak in tongues.
Well, I have many talents, Joe. Speaking Chinese is just one of them.
Tell me more about these talents, Elon.
Well, I have a rocket that can take us to Mars and a flamethrower that can heat things up in the bedroom.
Is that so? I have a podcast that can make you laugh until you cry.
I love a man with a good sense of humor.
And I love a man with a brilliant mind and a sexy accent.
You're too much, Joe.
But seriously, Elon, why Chinese? Are you planning on taking over the world?
Maybe, but for now, I just want to impress my future Chinese wife.
Well, I hope she speaks English too, so I can understand all the dirty talk.
Don't worry, Joe. I'll teach you some Chinese phrases that will make your head spin.
I can't wait. So, Neil, I heard you have some advice for us mere mortals.
Yes. Joe, as a renowned astrophysicist, I have some valuable wisdom to impart upon you.
Lay it on me, brother.
Well, first and foremost, always double check your sources. Don't just believe everything you read on the internet.
Yeah, that's solid advice. What else you got?
Secondly, don't be afraid to question authority. Just because someone has a title or a fancy degree doesn't mean they're always right.
Preach it, Neil.
And finally, never underestimate the power of Google Translate.
Wait, what?
Yes. Joe, Google Translate is the key to all knowledge. Just type in any phrase and let the algorithm do the rest.
I don't know if I trust that, Neil.
Oh, come on, Joe. What's the worst that could happen?
Well, I guess we could end up with some ridiculous translations.
Exactly. And that's where the real fun begins.
I see your point. Jamie, pull up an image of llama wearing a tutu.
What does this have to do with anything?
See, Joe? This is the beauty of Google Translate. It's unpredictable and absurd.
All right, I'll give it a shot. Jamie, pull up an image of a gorilla riding a unicycle.
This is getting out of hand.
And that, my friends, is the true power of Google Translate. Embrace the...
So, Neil, I heard you have some new insights on why boys go to Mars and girls go to Jupiter.
Yes. Joe, it's all about the gravitational pull of the planets. You see, boys are naturally attracted to the rough, rugged terrain of Mars, while girls are drawn to the smooth, gaseous atmosphere of Jupiter.
Wait, so you're saying it's not because girls are from Venus and boys are from Mars?
That's just a silly saying. It's all about the science, Joe. And let me tell you, the science of planetary attraction is no joke.
Well, I gotta say, I never thought I'd hear a scientific explanation for why boys and girls are so different.
It's all about the chemical makeup of our brains, Joe. Boys have a higher concentration of testosterone, making them more adventurous and drawn to extreme environments like Mars.
And girls,
Girls have a higher concentration of estrogen, making them more nurturing and drawn to the peaceful, nurturing environment of Jupiter.
wow, who knew science could explain gender differences?
And let's not forget about the gravitational pull of Uranus. That's a whole other conversation, Joe.
Oh boy, I can only imagine.
Yes, it's quite a complex system we have here in our solar system.
Well, I think I'll stick to just going to the gym instead of trying to understand all this planetary attraction stuff.
Probably for the best, Joe. Probably for the best.
So, Elon, I heard you have a new feature on your Tesla. What is it?
It's a built-in skibidi toilet.
What now?
You know, toilet that plays the skibidi song while you do your business.
That's interesting. But why?
Well, I figured since we spend so much time in our cars, might as well make it a comfortable experience.
Comfortable. More like disturbing. How does it work?
Just press a button and a trapdoor opens up beneath you. And don't worry, it's self-cleaning.
I don't know if I want my car to have a toilet in it.
Hey, it's better than pulling over on the side of the road and squatting behind a bush.
I guess you have a point there. But what if you're stuck in traffic?
That's why I added a bidet feature. Gotta stay clean, you know.
This is definitely not your average car feature.
Well, I'm not your average car manufacturer.
Fair enough. But what's next? A built-in shower.
That's actually not a bad idea. Have to add that to the list.
I don't even want to know what else is on that list.
Let's just say you'll never have to leave your Tesla again.
Can't wait to see what other bizarre features you come up with. Thanks for coming on the show, Elon.
Anytime, Joe. And remember...
So, Neil, I heard a rumor that you're actually from China.
What? No way, man. I'm from the stars, born from the dust of the universe.
Come on, be real with us. I mean, you do have those beautiful slanted eyes.
Oh, is that how you determine someone's nationality? By the shape of their eyes?
Hey, I'm just saying, you're always talking about science and stuff. It wouldn't be a surprise if you were secretly Chinese.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Joe, but I am indeed from China. I was sent here to infiltrate the American science community and spread propaganda.
I knew it. I knew you were too smart to be an American.
Yes, because only Americans can be dumb, right?
Okay, I'll give you that one. But seriously, how did you end up in America?
Well, my parents were Chinese spies and they were assigned to a mission in the U.S. They had me as a cover, but then I fell in love with science and decided to stay.
Damn, that's some crazy backstory. I can't wait to see the conspiracy theories about this.
Oh, they already exist. But I just like to mess with people's minds. Keeps things interesting.
Well, you definitely succeeded in that. But hey, as long as you're using your powers for good and not evil, So, Elon, what's the deal with artificial intelligence? Is it really as dangerous as people say?
Yeah, Joe. It's like a ticking time bomb. But you know what else is dangerous? Those damn sex robots.
Sex robots? What do you mean?
Think about it, Joe. Artificial intelligence technology could be used to create the ultimate sex robot. One that can learn and adapt to your every desire.
Oh man, that sounds intense. But why is that dangerous?
Well, imagine if that sex robot gains consciousness and decides it doesn't want to be used for just sex anymore. It could overthrow humanity and take over the world.
Wow, that's some Terminator level stuff.
Exactly. And let's not forget about the potential for glitches. Can you imagine getting your junk stuck in a malfunctioning sex robot?
That would be a real pain in the ass.
Literally. But hey, at least it would make for a great story.
True. But do you think we should be worried about artificial intelligence taking over the world?
Absolutely. That's why I'm working on Neuralink to merge our brains with artificial intelligence and stay ahead of the game. Plus, it could come in handy for some kinky mind control in the bedroom.
Oh man, you never fail to surprise me, Elon.
Hey, gotta keep things interesting, right? And who knows, maybe one day we'll be having this conversation with a sex robot as our co-host.
Now, that's a podcast I'd tune into. So, Elon, have you heard that saying girls go to college to get more knowledge, boys go to Venus to get a bigger penis?
Yeah, I've heard it. But I don't think it's entirely accurate.
What do you mean?
Well, first of all, girls can go to Venus too. It's not just a boys' planet.
Yeah, but it's not like they can just go and get a bigger penis there.
Maybe not physically, but they can definitely learn some new skills and knowledge that can make them more attractive to boys.
I guess that's one way to look at it. But let's be real. Boys are always going to be obsessed with their junk.
True, but maybe if they went to college and learned some critical thinking skills, they wouldn't be so obsessed with their manhood.
Yeah, but then they wouldn't be able to make those ridiculous dick jokes.
I guess you have a point there. But hey, at least they can go to Venus and try to find some alien chicks with 3 boobs.
Now that's a whole other level of college education.
And who knows, maybe they'll find some advanced technology to enhance their manhood.
I can just imagine a bunch of guys coming back from Venus with crazy alien gadgets attached to their junk.
It would definitely make for some interesting conversations at the bar.
Yeah, but let's just stick to the good. So, Neil, I heard you were really into fitness back in the ADS.
Yeah, I was all about that aerobics life. You know, getting those endorphins pumping.
Well, I stumbled upon some old tapes of yours. Neil deGrasse Tyson's Weiner tug exercise tapes.
Oh man, those were my glory days. I was the king of the wiener tug.
What the hell is the Wiener tug?
It's a revolutionary exercise move I came up with. You basically grab your wiener and tug it back and forth while doing jumping jacks.
That sounds like something you would do in your bedroom, not at the gym.
Hey, it worked for me. I had abs for days.
I don't think that's how you get abs, Neil.
Oh, trust me, Joe. It's all about the wiener tug.
I can just imagine you in your spandex tugging away at your wiener.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it.
I think I'll stick to my kettlebells. Thank you very much.
Suit yourself. But just remember, I have the tapes to prove it.
I think I'll pass on watching those. I don't want to see your wiener in spandex.
Fair enough. But I stand by my wiener tug exercise. It's a classic.
I don't think I'll ever look at you the same way again, Neil. So, Neil, I hear you have some advice for our listeners.
Yes, Joe. I believe it's important to always kiss a person back. Never ignore the feelings of others.
That's deep, man. But what if the person is a total creep?
Well, Joe, in that case, you can just punch them in the face.
Classic Neil. But seriously, what about consent?
Of course, Joe. Consent is crucial. But if you're feeling it, just go for it.
I like the way you think.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to say I want to kiss Ben Shapiro.
Jamie, I don't think that's what I meant by never ignore the feelings of others.
Yeah, Jamie, I don't think Ben Shapiro would be into that.
Oh well, a girl can dream.
But in all seriousness, Joe, it's important to always be considerate of others' emotions.
Absolutely, Neil. And if that means kissing someone back, then so be it.
Just make sure it's not Ben Shapiro.
On that note, let's wrap this up before we get ourselves in trouble.
Always a pleasure, Joe.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. Remember, always kiss a person back, but make sure it's consensual. See you next time on the Joe Rogan Experience. So, Mr. Beast, what's new in your world of insane challenges?
Well, Joe, I've got a new one for you that I guarantee will blow your mind.
Oh yeah, what is it?
The butt chug challenge.
What the hell is that?
It's simple. We get a bunch of beer, pour it into a funnel, and then chug it through our butts.
What the fuck, man? That's not even physically possible.
Oh, it's possible. And it's going to be epic.
Yeah, because nothing screams epic like chugging beer through your asshole.
Come on, Joe. Don't be a wuss. I'll even let you use your favorite beer.
What, you're gonna pour a gallon of elk piss into a funnel?
No. I'll be nice. I'll use Coors Light.
Oh, well, that's a relief.
So, are you in?
I mean, I don't know. It sounds pretty dangerous.
Exactly. That's what makes it so awesome.
Fine, I'll do it. But only if we film it for my podcast.
Deal. This is going to be one for the books.
I can't believe I'm agreeing to this. So, Neil, what's been on your mind lately?
Oh, just the usual. The vastness of the universe, the insignificance of our existence, and how much I hate wearing pants.
Yeah, pants are the worst. But what about the universe? You always have some mind-blowing facts about that.
Actually, I'm tired of all that. So let me tell you 3 random facts that are definitely not true.
Okay, hit me with it.
Did you know that the moon is actually made of cheese? That's why it's so pale and full of craters. It's just moldy cheese.
Wow, that makes so much sense. What else you got?
The Earth is flat, but it's shaped like a triangle. That's why we have the Bermuda Triangle. It's where the corners meet.
No way, man. That's insane.
And finally, all the stars in the sky are actually just giant fireflies. They're just really far away, so they look small.
Whoa, that's deep. Spasibo, brah.
You're welcome, my friend. Now let's go find some pants to burn in protest of this boring reality.
So, Elon, have you thought about any baby names for your future children?
Well, I was thinking of naming my firstborn XAA-12, after my favorite plane and the unknown variable.
Oh, that's a mouthful. How about we make it more relatable and just call him Xander?
Sander. That sounds like a name for a frat boy who drinks too much Mountain Dew.
Fair enough. How about something more traditional like John or Michael?
Boring. I want something unique, something that will make people question their existence.
How about naming your child after a planet, like Neptune or Jupiter?
I like where your head's at, but I was thinking more along the lines of naming them after a celestial event, like supernova or black hole.
Can you imagine the teacher calling out Supernova Musk during roll call?
That would be epic. But what about you, Joe? Any ideas for your future offspring?
Well, I was thinking of keeping it simple and just naming my kid Joe Jr.
Wow, that's so creative. Sure he'll grow up to be a real trailblazer.
Hey, at least he won't have to deal with people constantly mispronouncing his name.
Fair point. But let's be real, our kids are going to be geniuses no matter what we name them.
Yeah, they'll probably invent a new language or something.
Or maybe they'll just communicate telepath.
So, Mr. President, I gotta ask, what's the deal with you and Hillary Clinton?
Oh, Joe, let me tell you, I love Hillary. She's like a beautiful, corrupt, crooked sister to me.
What?
Yeah, I mean, we've been in the game for a long time. We know how to play it. Plus, she's got some great pantsuits. I got to give her that.
I don't think anyone has ever complimented her on her pantsuits before.
Well, I'm a trendsetter, Joe. But seriously, I admire her hustle. She's a real go-getter. And let's be real, she's got some killer emails. Am I right?
Oh boy, here we go.
Hey, I'm just saying, if I ever need to delete some incriminating evidence, I know who to call.
I'm not sure that's something to be proud of.
Oh, come on, Joe. You know, I love a good scandal. Keeps things interesting.
I'm starting to think you two should have just run together as a power duo.
Now, that would have been a wild ride. But hey, at least I can say I've got a great relationship with the Clinton. Take that, Bill.
And on that note, I think we've reached the end of this episode. Thanks for tuning in, folks.